And with all of the violence in the district, we will certainly be a top priority for DC's new police chief. And if approved by the City Council, Pamela Smith, who you see here, will be the next person to fill that position. And the chief, let's go ahead and call it the chief, joins us in studio to talk more about this historic nomination and her plans for the department. It is so good to meet you. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning.
Thank you for having me here this morning. I really appreciate it.
So I want to get to this moment first before we talk about the business of the district. You would be the second woman, the first African-American woman to be elevated to this position. I'm sure that is not lost on you. What are your feelings when you think about that?
It's very humbling. You know, when I was the chief of police for the U.S. Park Police, I was the first African-American chief of police in the agency's 230-year history at that time. And to be able to do this have this amazing opportunity extended to me by Mayor Muriel Bowser is very humbling, and I'm so grateful. Although it's not lost on me, what I hope is that I'm not the last. I think this is an opportunity for young men and young women to really see how they can aspire to be anything that they choose to be. Because
sitting here looking at you, you might not think about, some would say, humble beginnings in Arkansas and now to where you are. Surely that must mean there is no ceiling to the possibilities.
That is absolutely correct. Humble beginnings is certainly what it is, was for me in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Lots of challenges, some turmoil. But what I did was I used those moments of adversity and turned them into something positive. I utilized some of the resources like the Summer Youth Employment Program that was available to me in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and meeting a pastor and his wife who thought enough of, I'll say, the little old girl from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, to really groom me into the young woman that I am today.
And as you sit here today and we talk about this, what seems to be a surge in violence in the district, we're talking a lot about gun violence, we're talking carjackings, and we're talking youth involved overwhelmingly when we report these crimes. What's the strategy here? How do you plan to attack this?
So I think the most important thing for me is seriously to leverage the professionals that we currently have at the Metropolitan Police Department. I think they are doing a fantastic job with coming up with different strategies and ideas in order to combat crime. But that's just one entity of it. What we need to do is really engage our community, engage the members of the community, both as residents, businesses, and what I want to be able to do is to hear from them. I want to hear their voices. I want to understand what their concerns are. I'm sure their concerns are probably just the same as mine because I am a resident of Ward 8, and it troubles me as well. And I think that there has to be an all-government approach in order for us to really deal with the crime that's occurring right now. We have some amazing relationships with our federal, local, and state partners, and we're going to continue to build upon those relationships to support us in this space of crime fighting.
We asked viewers to, send in your concerns and your questions, and not surprisingly, one viewer named Renee, good morning to you, thank you for submitting this, asked would there be maybe stiffer consequences for young people and parents, young people involved in these violent crimes, and also what about a curfew when school starts? What do you say to that?
Well, I think what I would say is that we want to look at preventive methods, right? Preventive methods, because we don't want all of our young people to end up into the juvenile justice system. I think that when I look at what we're doing in the Metropolitan Police Department with community engagement, with our Youth and Family and Family Bureau, there are moments for us to really connect with our young people. Some of our officers are still in schools located around the District of Columbia, and giving us the opportunity to really work with them and work with the parents. We recognize sometimes that young people can be challenging, but I know that here in the District of Columbia, the mayor's office offers opportunities and resources for parents who may be having challenges with their young people, and we want to hear from them. We want to partner with you to help your child become an effective person in society.
That's Acting Chief of MPD Pamela Smith. Thank you so much. I look forward to speaking with you again. Don't be a stranger.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me.